Hey, what's up, guys? It's your girl Kia. Hi, I'm back for another video, and we are talking about Taylor Frankie Paul. And listen, full disclosure, I have tried to record this video 4 times. Mostly I was doing it in my car because I wanted to get it done quickly, and I know sitting down editing takes a long time. Usually when I record in my car, it's just easier for me to download it, upload it, put a thumbnail on it. But I think this really needs to be a bigger conversation. So let me start off by saying that this video is not to judge Taylor at all. If Taylor wants to live this type of life where she has is with Dakota and they are in a world of toxicity and they're fighting and other people are involved and he's cheating and she's yelling at her mom, that whole thing, that is Taylor's life. Taylor has a right to live it however she wants to. The bigger issue is that recently the domestic violence video came out that was from 2023. And automatically, people went to say, like, oh, well, what did Dakota do? This is just reactive abuse. They started throwing around terms like Darvo, and it came that she must have had a justification for this. And to me, that's really mind blowing because that is a really crazy double standard that we should not have. We should not have a double standard when it comes to gender for sexual assault or when it comes to domestic violence. There should not be a double standard. There should be no, well, she or he was asking for it, or, he or she provoked me. Because if the roles were reversed in the situation, and we saw a video of Taylor, of Taylor getting chairs thrown at her by Dakota, no one would be saying, well, what did she do first? No one would be saying that. Everybody would just say, full stop, it doesn't matter. So, I mean, that's why I want to talk about it. And also the fact that ABC and Hulu already knew about the issue and continued to move forward in making her famous on her show, Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, and making her famous on making her the Bachelorette. So the honesty of the situation is that everybody knew that she was arrested in 2023 for a domestic violence situation, something. But both her and Dakota both said it was an argument that got out of control. The body cam footage has been online for 3 years. I actually have seen the original body cam when it came out because it came out at the same time that the Secret Lives of Mormon Wives came on. And this wasn't something leaked by Dakota. This just happened because they were filming the show when this incident happened. So if you watch the show on Hulu, you will see the first episode. The last 3 minutes shows Taylor getting arrested. It's either the first episode or the ending of the second episode shows Taylor getting arrested. So let's just look at the body cam footage from that night. Yeah, here's the issue. Here's what she's talking about actually happened in the fight.
So I just need you to tell me what happened tonight. So you went out on a girls' night. You said that, right?
Yeah, he came pick me up from girls' night.
And then what happened?
And he was bitching me out the whole way home.
So when you describe that to me, about what?
I guess having fun with the girls. And he was going to a concert, but he was like, we're not going to the concert now. And he came home. And then we were fighting. And we were fighting at each other. And then I was going at him, I guess hitting him, and then he pushed me into the kids' stuff. And then I went ballistic because they pushed me so hard. And then I fought back, and then we were just fighting, and I just want him out.
Where did the kids go?
My daughter's right there, and then my son's up sleeping because we had my family over that was.
So that's Taylor's portion of the story. So I'm just going to move forward to what Dakota says happened.
She's going through a lot. She's the type, and yeah, I think she's going through a lot. She's the type to where, it's hard for her, I think, to get help. She fights it.
So you guys come home. She starts getting angry.
Yeah.
Because you're saying that you're wanting to go home.
Yeah, well, I was trying to just take her inside. I was trying to help her in. I was like, let's go. Like, you need to go inside. And I think she was saying something that she wanted to go party still. I'm like, no, like, you can't. Yeah, and then I went inside because I was finally just, like, she was not coming out. So I was like, okay, well, and she said her parents were in here. So I was like, oh, perfect. I was like, I'm going to go.
Are they actually in there?
No, they weren't. It was, I don't know, like her niece or something like that. I don't know. And so I went in there. and was like gonna get them. I'm like, hey, Taylor's like drunk. You like come get her or something.
Are they coming over?
No, they already left. They were house sitting for her, watching her kids.
Oh, okay.
And then she came flying in, and that's when she was like freaking out on me in front of them. And I'm like, whoa, what?
What was she saying?
Oh, crazy stuff. I don't know. I think she was like, I don't even know what she was saying. I don't know, something about her phone. She was going off about her phone, and then she chucked her phone at me. And then, or no, she threw it on the ground. Boom! And then, I'm trying to think, damn, everything happened so fast.
When officers approach Paul again, she tells them she was so scared during the incident, she lost control of her bladder.
So I talked to Dakota. Tell me what happened with the little wooden thing in the garage in his truck. Like, what happened outside at the truck?
All I know is that I was so scared that I peed my pants. He pushed me into it. I reacted, sure. I threw it at him.
Via phone, Mortensen.
So I'm gonna stop it right there. So Taylor is extremely drunk in this video. Dakota doesn't seem like he's drunk in the video, but Dakota's also a recovering addict. So he could just be really, really great at holding his drugs or alcohol, which is why he looks sober. She did not pee on herself because she was scared. She peed on herself because she was fully intoxicated. Anybody else knows that when you've been drinking, if you don't focus on not going to the bathroom on yourself, you're gonna go. So I think in the mix of the fight, she, forgot and whatever. But that's not the point I'm trying to make. That is a video that everybody knew about. And what everybody kept saying, both her and Dakota kept saying, even with this video out, that it was just an argument that got out of hand. That's why HULU was able to move forward. That's why, the other girls around her were just like, oh, you guys are both toxic. You and Dakota don't need to be together. No one has liked them as a couple the entire time they have been together. The other part to the story is that in this video, her and Dakota have only really been together for 4 months. And then right after this video, she got pregnant. So they've never actually really been like a real couple. They have been a toxic smash mess the entire 3 years we have seen them on TV. If you watch the show, you see over and over again of her saying that they should be together and trying to work towards it, and him saying he's going to. Then he cheats on her. Then she gets mad at him. And then she finds out that he's sleeping with another girl. She gets mad at him. He then comes back. He then tries to sleep with one of her mother's friends. Not one of her friends, her mother's friends. They break up, and then try to be cool again. And then he goes to Vanderpump Villa and he sleeps with another girl. She finds out about it, screams and cries to him, saying how awful and whatever he is. It's just this awful toxic cycle, but they were never actually a couple. So this season of Real House of the Mormon Wives wraps, and before that, Taylor is chosen as the Bachelor. So this season actually documents her getting ready to go on the show. I have zero idea why she was chosen as the Bachelorette. None whatsoever. Actually, I have one, and that's not like some weird, I practice that line. I just forgot to say it. The Bachelor, Bachelorette is a dying brand. It is. You may like the show, whatever, fine, but it is a dying brand. People aren't watching it. People aren't falling for the romance shows like they used to. People are going on there for clout because they know after that means they can get a podcast, they can get brand deals, they can get, followers on TikTok and social media. That's why they're going on. They are no longer going on for love. I want to say the last time somebody I can't even think the last time of someone actually fell in love and actually stayed together on The Bachelor or The Bachelorette. And the same thing with Love is Blind. Love is Blind stopped being about love. The season with Bliss and all of them, that might have been the last season because, everybody from that season are still married, and that's 3 years now. But the seasons after that, I think there's been 2 or 3 seasons after that, it has been a joke. The same thing with Married at First Sight. It started off as an amazing experiment where you really want to get married and whatever. And then the plot just kind of gets lost. So ABC took a gigantic gamble because they want that younger audience. They tried it with the older audience, which the Golden Bachelor and the Golden Bachelorette, which I think people just thought was cute, but not something they were going to tune in for every single season. I mean, who cares? But they were trying to revive that brand. And what better way to do that is to tap into the social media aspect that come from a Taylor Frankie Paul and mom talk and dad talk and all of that. That's a huge younger audience that's definitely going to watch, was going to want to be a part of the show, active on social media. The advertising dollars behind that would have been insane. And it makes sense from a financial standpoint, maybe reviving the brand, but from a practical standpoint, logistical standpoint, it made zero sense. The number one being is that Taylor is not a bachelorette. The pure definition of a bachelorette or a bachelor is someone who has a carefree lifestyle, dating, single, having a good time, no ties to anything. And that is definitely not Taylor. She is a two-time baby mama with 3 kids and an ex-husband. That is a lot of drama. And let's show the fact that it is on and off between Dakota that is documented on the show. That is not the ideal bachelorette. Any man who signed up on this show is signing up for clout, is signing up for attention, like I said, signing up for those TikTok views and followers and whatever. Because is any real man, I mean, in Taylor's age group rather, ready to take on the stepfather role of 3 kids and deal with the personality of 2 other men? It's just weird that they picked her. But again, like I said, I understand why they picked her. The other interesting thing about this is that on the show, like I said, they've been documenting her leading up to The Bachelor. And what do you all think happened on the show while it was documenting her on The Bachelor? She slept with Dakota twice. Once 2 weeks before the show while they were in LA, going to go watch Whitney and Jen do Dancing with the Stars. And then the other time was the night before she was supposed to leave to start filming, meeting the guys, having all this romance. She's still on the phone telling Dakota that she loves him and wants to be with him. This whole situation was so toxic. And the girls on the show, I could see if the girls on the show were all like, oh no, we love Dakota. No, Taylor, don't leave. They all were like, we hate him. We don't like him. We want you to go find love. We want you to be on The Bachelor. The first time when she slept with Dakota, the girls were just like, this is disgusting. They got into a massive fight. The other girls had to referee, which they are tired of having to referee. And then the next time, the girls are at the airport holding up signs for her, funny signs about her dumping Dakota. And she's home. Didn't even get on the flight. They go to her house and they're like, girl, you slept with him? What is wrong with you? You have to stop. And she gets very upset with them. So this whole toxic thing has been documented. ABC has been well aware of the girl that they picked as the Bachelorette. They only did this to get eyes on the show and advertising dollars. They didn't do this because they're trying to either show love or put out a good show. It was just for advertising dollars. And again, Taylor has a right to live her life however she wants to. It is the aspect of the shows choosing her, knowing this information, not knowing the video came out, but knowing that she had the arrest that we just watched, choosing her as the Bachelor, even though she doesn't fit the Bachelorette, storyline, having her on this show where she is promoting this weird kind of toxic relationship is just not a good look. So then a couple of days ago, the video drops, and I'm absolutely not going to share the video of Taylor abusing Dakota, because that's what it is. So basically the story in the body cam footage is for the most part right on Taylor's part, except for you actually see her jumping on him, attacking him. He's recording it saying, Taylor, stop attacking me, whatever. He plays this. Oh, he doesn't mention any of this in the body cam. Doesn't show them in the video in the body cam from what I've seen. Let me just double check that he doesn't show his phone. No, he doesn't show his phone at all. And she's kicking him, hitting him, attacking him. They leave him around the corner. He's separated from her and being like, can you please stop? She starts chucking metal bar stools at him, one after the other. On the third one, he goes to block it. And when he blocks it, it bounces and hits the daughter in the head. And you can hear the little girl cry, which is a very heartbreaking thing. And I'm not going to show it. When people saw this video, there were 2 different camps. And again, this is why I wanted to do this video. One camp was, why was she chosen as the Bachelor? You guys knew about this video, which they didn't. Taylor had not Taylor. The courts had not shown this video. So unless she did a Freedom of Information Act, unless this was a sealed court case, I'm looking like that because I don't know if it was a sealed court case or not. You could have gotten that video if it was part of the court record, but I could be wrong about that. But nobody else had seen it, had not gotten put out because the cops never saw it. So it was never a part of the public domain or whatever. So no one's everybody just saw this video. Now everybody has seen it. And ABC had to make a decision because there's one camp, like I said, sorry for losing my train of thought. There was one camp, like I said, of people who are, oh my God, I cannot believe she did this. And the other camp is like, oh my God, this was 3 years ago. Why do you guys care? Then another camp of, it's reactive abuse. It's reactive abuse. The reality of the situation is that a couple days ago, there was another domestic violence incident between her and Dakota because The Bachelor is done filming. Was supposed to air today, March 22nd, but it got canceled. And she had chosen a guy, even though she really did a whore. This is another problem with getting a TikTok star as, the Bachelorette is that she's putting everything online 24/7. So how do you keep anything secret? Like, she did a date at the football game. Everybody knew about that. She had Doug Mason, who apparently is the winner, on her TikTok a couple days ago, kind of doing the Lady Gaga TikTok or whatever. She just put everything out there. So everybody was kind of seeing different things and hinting at who won. It's almost like she knew it was going to get canceled or this video was coming out and she's like, well, let me just have fun anyway, which could have been a thing, whatever. So those are the three. Oh, and then the third camp is I don't know if I said this. I've lost my train of thought because there's things going on in my home. The reactive abuse. So I talked about that. And I talked about the fact that there was another abuse incident that came out. So there's another abuse incident came out, and that's why this video was released. Do I think that Dakota did it out of spite? Yeah, I think he did it out of spite. Well, I mean, do I think he did it out of revenge? Yeah. I think he maybe watched the show, maybe mad about her getting engaged to Doug Mason. Maybe he's mad at the fact that she is with Doug Mason, but also texting him, I love you, I want to be with you, and then putting it out to everybody else that he's this awful guy, like she did on the show, he's this awful person, and all this craziness, and he put it out there. Now, does that change the fact that it actually happened, that she actually did abuse Dakota? And I'm sorry for anybody who's watching this, that's what it was. It was abuse. It was absolutely, she's throwing chairs at him, jumping on him, kicking him. It was abuse. Now, let's talk about what the word Darvo means. Darvo is deny, attack, reverse, victim, and offender. It's a manipulative tactic used by perpetrators, commonly in sexual assault or domestic abuse cases, to evade accountability by denying wrongdoing, attacking the accuser, and posing as a victim. Coined by Dr. Jennifer Freed in 1997, this strategy causes confusion, self-doubt, and decreased accountability for actual victims. This is a real thing. I am never going to say that this is not a real thing. We have seen it. Another word for Darvo probably would be, gaslighting. Like when your partner shoves you into the wall and be like, oh no, you tripped, making you doubt yourself. Something that actually did happen. Now they're making you believe this completely different scenario happened, which is not the case. I get that it happens. I just don't see this as a Darvo situation. The reason being is that she is chucking chairs across the room. When she jumped on him and started hitting him back, maybe cool. You attack and then you get mad, you retreat, you grab your children, you call the police, whatever, fine. But for her to not give a damn about anything around her, it's physical, it's abuse, it's domestic abuse. And when you look at her reaction throughout the entire season, because all this is recorded, she has no emotional regulation. And I don't think that's her fault. I think the trauma of not having her real father around, whatever he went through, her real the father's family not wanting to really get to know her, the way her parents act. If you saw that dinner scene on Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, where her dad basically said she was acting like a whore in front of the entire table of people, that's crazy to me. Like, she should not be talked to like that by her family. But we also can't give excuses for abuse like this. A lot of people online are giving her all these excuses and saying it's not a big deal, it's not her fault, but Dakota's awful. Would we be saying this if Dakota was a girl and Taylor was a man? We would not be saying this. We'd be throwing him under the bus, yelling at ABC, yelling at HULU for giving her a show. We wouldn't be doing it. And the girls in the show on the Secret Lives of Mormon Wives will all come out because now they've seen the video and now they're coming out and making their statements and how they don't agree with abuse and so on and so forth. Even Jace, who was Michaela's husband, came out and said it's so much worse than what we actually thought and the abuse is still going on. I mean, there's still child abuse going on or some kind of abuse that's happening. And again, no one saw Dakota's video. Everybody just went off what they said. This was just a simple fight. We got into an argument. It just got out of hand. The police were called, one of her taken away, charges were dropped, we're fine. No one knew that the video existed. So, I mean, I don't know. I feel bad for Taylor, but I also don't like the women on social media because it's mostly women saying it's Dakota's fault. Dakota made her do this. Dakota did that, and this is old and it's not that big of a deal. I still really want to watch her season. Just making all the excuses and not getting Taylor the kind of help she needs because I think she really does need help. I think these women on social media who are boosting her up are disgusting because they're making it hard for male abusers, people who have males who've been abused to come forward because this was going to happen to me. I get abused, and then everybody says that it's a Darvo situation. Like, how is that fair? ABC had to cancel the season, and they've lost millions of dollars, rightfully so. You should have never chosen her as the Bachelor. You should have picked a better strategy to save the Bachelor, or you could have chosen, one of the other girls, not Layla, because Layla's with Mason. Well, she was with Mason, not anymore. You could have chose Miranda. That would have been fine. But here's the last thing I'm going to go over, and that is the fact that Taylor put out a statement. Yeah, so let's read the statement together. Taylor is very grateful for ABC's support as she prioritizes her family's safety and security. After years of silently suffering extensive mental and physical abuse, as well as threats of retaliation, Taylor's finally gaining the strength to face her accuser and taking steps to ensure that she and her children are protected from any further harm. There are too many women who are suffering in silence as they survive aggressive, jealous ex-partners who refuse to let them move on with their lives. Taylor has remained silent out of fear of further abuse, retaliation, and public shaming. She is currently exploring her options, seeking support, and preparing to own and share her story. She's full of shit. You're full of shit, Taylor. This is where I will judge you. You are full of shit. You are the most famous woman right now in reality TV. You're also the producer of Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. You could have easily gotten on that show and said, what's not going to happen is Dakota stay on this show. If the husbands want to be friends with him, cool, that's fine. They can be friends with him. But you guys will not film one scene with him. He will not be on this show. Suffering in silence. All of the women on that show, including your parents, have told you that Dakota is a piece of garbage and that they want him out of your life. Nobody likes him. You invited him on multiple trips or asked him to come to multiple trips. And everybody's like, why is he here? Why is he here? If you wanted him to stop coming around, the girls would have told their husbands, don't invite him anywhere. He can't come here. He can't come to my house. End of conversation. That could have happened. It did not happen. You were not suffering in silence. I just think this is such a cop-out instead of saying the video was real. And I did it and I regret it. And she's gone on other podcasts saying that what happened happened and that it was real. And, I really did get in the fight with Dakota. She's gonna have multiple podcasts talking about this. But in this statement, it's just there's just no accountability. Don't get me wrong. Do I think that Dakota is jealous? Yes. But do I think Taylor is jealous? Yes. This man has cheated on you multiple times. When he has gone to go cheat, when he started dating the girl in the recent season who was your friend, Shira or Shania, whatever her name is, you could have been like, oh, that's cute. You guys are a couple now. Go enjoy that. I'm going on the Bachelorette. I'll see you guys at Thanksgiving or something. Instead, you cried and screamed and threw a temper tantrum, started cussing out your friends who knew about it but were scared to tell you, and you gave them the reaction that they were scared to tell you about. Poor Miranda's there crying, like, what did you want me to do? I didn't want you to be crying and screaming at me like this, and now you're crying and screaming at me like this. What? I'm not a mind reader. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. So I just Taylor, just please go get help. Please go get help and figure stuff out. They're not filming the show anymore because of the domestic violence incident actually happened while they were filming. So who knows what's going to happen? And I just feel bad for the young women of the day. I guess they call themselves feminists who think that, if it happens to a woman, it's Darvo. But when it happens to a man, then he's just an abuser. Drop them in the comments. Let me know your thoughts. And I will see you guys in the next video.